What are you doing, Michael? That's me, by the way. I'm Michael. Well, I want to make video games. That's what I went to school for. Where are they? I have this project that I worked on at school, and I have these other projects where I followed courses. Well, can I play any of them? Well, no, technically not, because they're not finished and I haven't uploaded them anywhere. Well, then, like I said before, what are you doing? Now, it may be a little bit early for a New Year's resolution, because New Year's is in a couple of days, but sometime in 2024, I will have a published game. And maybe I'll have more published games, but at least one published game. And what I mean by that is at least something that I can put out that somebody can play and say, hey, this was fun, or hey, this was trash. If you watched the last video that I uploaded, then you'll probably be asking, what happened to that Blinding Dreams game you were talking about? Well, that's kind of on hold right now, because I've come to realize that I was sidetracked. So what I was really supposed to be doing these past few months, I got hired at a job because I just needed that stability in my life, of course, everybody does. And my idea was to work on this game documenting for like the past year, almost 2 years. I keep going back to this game design document and I keep saying, oh, it would be so cool if I added this, or what if I added this, and what if I did that? But I haven't actually done anything. I haven't made any progress with it. I just keep making the ideas for it and not getting anywhere with it. Well, right here and right now, I've sat down and I've started doing something. I've actually started fresh, because I did have a project where I had the very minimum of what you could do in it, but I didn't really have a full vision when I started that one. And I just kept adding scripts that I didn't need to add, and then at this point it'd be too difficult to delete scripts because some of them are intertwined with spaghetti code, and it's just too much. So what I'm doing is I've done a clean slate, and I already have a game design document, so I need to follow that structure. So here's the little roadmap of what I have right now. I'm going to give myself a month to create something. By the end of February, I'll have a bullet hell third-person shooter game. Now, this bullet hell third-person shooter is just one aspect of a game that I really want to make. And if I can at least put this idea out there, then it's a good starting point. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share the summary of this first milestone that I've set up for myself and some of the goals that I want to achieve for the milestone. By the end of this milestone, I will have made a fun movement-based system that allows for fast and fluid movement, allowing the player to dodge incoming projectiles that have unique patterns, making them have to think about how to get past them. For the goals of this milestone, I want the ability to switch between two different characters. I won't go into too much detail about it, but for my game, I'm expecting there to be two main characters. You have the main character, Cole, who's a human, and he's able to walk around in the human world, the real world, and he has a shadow who can walk around in the shadow dimension, or the shadow world. The name's still to be determined, but you'll be able to switch between the two. The second goal that I'm setting for myself is to have a reason to switch between the two different characters. So you'll have to switch from Cole to Shadow for the bullet hell segment, and I'm thinking that there will be specific areas that are dark where that's where Shadow will be able to come out and do his movement thing. You want to switch to Shadow because he has faster movement speed, and he's able to latch on to any surface that's indicated by shadows. In this case, I'm probably just going to make it a black surface, so it'll be easy to see where you can attach to or where you can pull out shadow. The second idea that I'm thinking about is switching from Shadow to Cole, where those areas will be lit up and they won't be covered by a black surface. So on those specific areas, you won't be able to switch to shadow. The next goal that I'd like to have by the end of this milestone is different bullet patterns to dodge. Like you see in any other bullet hell game where they'll have different patterns that you'll have to weave through, and you'll have to, wait for the bullets to spread out so that you can go in between them, and bullets that you'll have to jump over or maybe dive under, that kind of thing. And the last goal that I'd like to have for this milestone is to have at least one playable level where I'll have all of these mechanics put together. That way you can start from point A and then you want to get to point B, and at least make it fun in between. Now, with that milestone in mind, I'm going to kind of split this month into 2 sprints. So we have our first sprint, which is going to be 2 weeks, and I already have a goal set up for this sprint specifically. For this sprint, I want to focus on getting mechanics created. First, I need the 2 main characters in the game and a way to switch between the 2. The goal is to make the movement fun and fluid so the player can dodge projectiles like a bullet hell game. I have all my tasks prioritized and I'm ready to get this sprint started, so I'm hoping by the end of the month I'll actually have something to show for, and I'm excited to actually get this done.